This clock is an E. Howard number 70 regulator with a Lund Synchronizer attached to the clock. In 1885, Englishman John Lund patented an electromechanical auxiliary that could be added to a clock for automatic correction. The synchronizer would move the minute hand precisely to the hour when it received an electrical signal from the master clock. With the railroads growing rapidly in the 1880s, the railroads recognized that it had become more critical that all of the clocks along their line provide exactly the same time. The Lund Synchronizer was simply added to the back of the dial. A pair of pins protrude through a crescent-shaped slit in the dial, and when activated by the master clock, the pins mechanically force the minute hand to exactly the hour if the clock was not correct. The synchronizer consists of a pair of electrical coils connected by telegraph wire to the master clock. The master clock then provided the synchronizing signal precisely on the hour. This is an image of the number 70 regulator. No modifications to the clock movement were needed at all to add the Lund Synchronizer. However, you can see that the case needed a cutout above the movement to fit the synchronizer coils. This is an image of the synchronizer. The pins protrude through a crescent-shaped slit in the dial, and the apparatus is held onto the dial with 3 screws. The E. Howard number 70 regulators are very accurate, but possibly not precisely to the second. Here the clock is running about 30 seconds slow to show how the synchronizer repositions the minute hand. The clock could be corrected if it was up to 1.5 minutes either fast or slow. Now, as the clock comes up to about 30 seconds slow, the synchronizer there, it pinched the minute hand, and now the clock is precisely on time. If the clock was correct, of course, the minute hand would not move. There would be one master clock sending the signal for all of the clocks connected to this system. This system was one of the first attempts to electromechanically synchronize clocks. This clock is an E. Howard number 70 with a Lund Synchronizer, and many of these clocks were used on the New York Elevated Railroad in the mid-1880s.